I like to reward myself with a yummy cup of coffee with lots of whipped cream in it. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about rewards and awards.
Hey, no fair. I called the big chair.
I'll get
This. I'll hold it. We did it.
Here's your cooperation award.
Oh, segue.
Sometimes in life, we all pull something off that we think is impressive. Maybe tackling a tricky home renovation or a new baking recipe, and afterwards having a feeling that we conquered that darn thing. Maybe pounding through a difficult task at work or passing an exam with flying colors.
Certainly life rewards us plenty for such things. The enjoyment of the new shower that we struggled to install, or getting to eat that delicious cake after conquering that new complex recipe.
But sometimes it's okay to also give yourself a little extra pat on the back.
And we're not talking about participation trophies just for showing up or managing to get through something tough that's just part of life as a grown-up. And maybe the term trophy is wrong to begin with. Maybe memento is a better term. Just something a little extra to celebrate how you triumphed over a little task, or perhaps just a keepsake to remember an exceptional adventure.
Maybe imagine if life had a gift shop through which you exited after each event. What would be in there? I mean, often exceptional adventures do have gift shops full of little souvenirs, but how many snow globes do we all need?
I mean, how many coffee mugs can you really drink out of? When we at Trove have an exceptional adventure that really stands out, and often a new experience that the kids flip out about almost as much as Jules and I, we make ourselves what we call awards. Little statues or plaques to commemorate the event. One time we totally conquered Wizard Quest at Wisconsin Dells. This is a crazy place that is sort of a scavenger hunt game that you have to experience to fully understand. We played the game as Dark Wizards and won the game on the hard level with literally seconds to spare. So we made a little Team Havoc plaque to celebrate our win.
Another time, we wandered deep into the woods near the cabin and let the kids guide us back while wearing pith helmets and using binoculars and safari skills they made up along the way. We once tackled Chicago for a few days and just completely lucked out with perfect weather for playing in the many public fountains and even a cool air show that we got to watch from the top of the Hancock Tower over some pizza and lemonade.
We randomly played some really cool laser tag once, had the entire place to ourselves, and we were allowed to play an extra 30 minutes or so we made a tiny little plaque for that. After catching part of a James Bond movie on TV, we devised an entire spy adventure that culminated with a dangerous mission full of intrigue, burgers, and martinis at Milwaukee's spy-themed restaurant, The Safe House.
This summer, while being mostly quarantined, we virtually rode a bunch of really cool roller coasters through YouTube videos and then discovered Wisconsin's Little Amerricka, which is this great family-owned small theme park that seemed to be taking social distancing and safety seriously enough for us to feel comfortable checking out their couple of extremely unique vintage coasters.
They have a classic wild mouse coaster called the Mad Mouse, a pretty wicked and super rare spiral coaster called the Toboggan, which I think is the last working model in the world.
For good reason. I rode that one and it's a backbreaker. The centerpiece of the park is the METEOR, a beautiful classic wooden coaster built in the 50s, moved to another park in the 60s, and finally to Little Amerricka where it was fully restored.
The METEOR isn't exactly gigantic, but it's full of thrills and belly drops, and a pretty amazing coaster for two little ones to tackle as their first real roller coaster. They were super brave as we all conquered that coaster, hands up, screaming and laughing.
We would strongly recommend creating some mementos of your own to celebrate victories, remember grand adventures, or even as gifts for friends and family who share life events along with you. Sculpey is always a great product for this kind of thing. If you haven't used it, it's just like clay, except you bake it and it hardens into a sort of plastic. It's not super cheap, but it's definitely affordable and really great to have around whenever you get antsy just to make something.
Otherwise, craft stores are obviously loaded up with crafty things to make stuff from. I made our METEOR coaster out of balsa wood. If you knit or sew, maybe tiny quilts would be a really cool memory trinket. You do you.
These little awards or keepsakes are way better than gift shop items made in distant lands and designed and built by folks who have never even been to the place or event that you are hoping to remember. And let's be honest, things that are designed to be collected are often pretty tacky and just kind of junk, like snow globes or thimbles, spoons, or gift shop mugs.
I say if you're going to have a shelf full of tacky memorabilia, you might as well make it yourself and expand your art life.
Here in line, better take a little time for meditating, 'cause he's waiting. Here's the demon. It's time to change your mind.